Millhaven on KTRS.
About what we want, what we're going to do to make our mark on our country at this time in our history.
This is a movement like they've never seen in the country, but it will end quickly. It will end quickly if we don't go out to vote on November 8th.
This is the end, beautiful friend.
It's 6:52. Well, we can all agree we want it to end quickly. There's no question about that. Rick Klein, who really deserves combat pay for what he's doing, ABC News political director from Washington, D.C. Good morning, Rick Klein.
Good morning. You're trying to make me feel sad about it ending with this music. What is this about? My goodness.
All right. So I guess the story is that the polls are tightening. True, false? Where are we?
I think we're seeing two different things happening. One, in the national race, I think we're actually seeing a little bit of separation between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Hillary has solidified her lead, maybe in the 3-4 point range. But in the states, we are seeing some tightening, and there's a number of battlegrounds, New Hampshire, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Michigan, that it seems to come back on the board that look like are a little more competitive than they were a couple of days ago. So I think both those two things can be true at the same time, as strange as that sounds.
Clearly, Donald Trump's strategy is to say absolutely nothing between now and Election Day.
I think that's right, and you saw him the other night saying, behave yourself, Donald, be good, no straying, nothing crazy here. That was pretty remarkable as a moment to see from him directly. So I think it's clear that he realizes that he's in a place where he can actually win this thing, and essentially is in a don't screw it up mode down the stretch. Yeah.
Let's talk locally, because I know now the national media is now starting to realize what we here in Missouri have been paying attention to the whole time, and that is Roy Blunt. His campaign is saying that he could be the 51st senator. Donald Trump's going to carry Missouri pretty comfortably, but Republican Roy Blunt is in the fight of his life. Explain that to us.
Well, and I have not heard so much about a candidate as I have about Jason Kander in the last couple of days. Democrats and Republicans both saying that he's an impressive man, and maybe in the wrong state politically to run as a Democrat, but a moderate, and is just giving Roy Blunt such a challenge. And Blunt, to the Democrats telling, epitomizes what's wrong with Washington, the ultimate Washington insider. And I think the Democrats have done a fairly effective job in painting him that way. So I think if Kander wins, he could be the face of the new majority in the Senate, and it's a story that they'll want to tell about how someone was able to topple Roy Blunt.
Regardless, Rick Klein, of whoever wins the Senate, the presidency, how are they going to put Humpty Dumpty back together again? How is anybody going to get anything done in Washington after this toxic season?
Well, that's such a good question. I think the issue that of governing is kind of overhanging this entire election. People are going to be angry. People are going to be pissed off if this thing ends the way that it looks like it's going to. You're going to have half the country very, very angry about the answer here. So I think it's a challenge that we start to see played out on election night. And I think the winner and what they say that night is actually very important for them to discuss how they feel about the other side of the country that didn't vote for them.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Rick Klein, look, the light at the end of the tunnel's almost here, or that's a train bearing down on us to smack us in the face come Wednesday morning. Rick, thanks for checking in.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. 6:56, Big 550 KTRS.